What if I told you that you could make a rude person regret insulting you? Today, I will show you how to master emotional detachment, respond with calmness, and use rational dialogue to disarm insults. Have you ever felt hurt by someone's words? This video will help you turn those insults into personal growth. If you don't learn these strategies, you might continue feeling powerless and hurt. So, let's dive in and change that. On building on the idea of turning insults into personal growth, let's talk about the power of indifference and mastering emotional detachment. You see, the goal here is to learn how not to let rude remarks affect your inner peace. Imagine having a shield that protects you from those hurtful words. Emotional detachment is that shield. Why is this important to you? Because if you allow every negative comment to penetrate your mind, you end up feeling stressed, angry, and even doubting your self-worth. When you master indifference, you gain control over your emotions. You become resilient, and rude comments lose their power over you. It's like being a rock in a storm. The waves crash around you, but you remain unmoved. But there are obstacles. The biggest barrier is your immediate emotional reaction. It's natural to feel hurt or angry when insulted. Another challenge is societal pressure. People often believe they must respond to rudeness to defend their honor. Yet, reacting impulsively usually leads to regret. How do you achieve emotional detachment? First, practice mindfulness. When someone insults you, take a deep breath and pause. This brief moment allows you to choose how to respond rather than reacting impulsively. Think of this pause as your secret weapon. Then, remind yourself that the insult says more about the other person than about you. It's a reflection of their character, not yours. Next, engage in positive self-talk. Reaffirm your self-worth silently. Tell yourself that you are above petty remarks. This internal dialogue reinforces your emotional detachment, making you less vulnerable to insults. You can also visualize a barrier between you and the negative words. Picture those words bouncing off this barrier, unable to reach you. But what happens if you don't master this skill? Negative comments will continue to affect you deeply. You might find yourself constantly upset or angry, and your confidence may take a hit. Over time, this can lead to stress, anxiety, and even depression. You could find yourself avoiding social situations, fearing confrontation and insults. If this resonates with you, if you want to stop feeling hurt by rude comments, hit the like button now. Let's embrace the power of indifference together. By mastering emotional detachment, you take back control of your emotions. You become resilient, strong, and unshakable. So, are you ready to build your emotional shield? Let's move forward and make it happen. This brings us to the art of controlled reactions, or responding with calmness. The goal here is to achieve a state where your reaction to an insult is controlled and composed. Think of it as being like water, fluid, adaptable, and always calm, no matter what's thrown at you. Imagine someone hurling an insult at you, and instead of getting ruffled, you respond with a collected, cool demeanor. Now, why is this significant to you? Because responding calmly shifts the power dynamic. When you stay composed, you show that you are in control of your emotions and the situation. It also disarms the person who insulted you. They expect a reaction, but your calmness leaves them puzzled and even embarrassed. This approach not only preserves your dignity, but also sets a positive example for others around you. However, obstacles can get in the way. One major barrier is the initial surge of emotions you feel. Your heart races, your face heats up, and your mind screams to retaliate. Another hurdle is societal conditioning. People often think that a strong, immediate response is a sign of strength. But true strength lies in control, not chaos. So, How do you achieve this calmness? First, practice deep breathing. The moment you sense the sting of an insult, take a slow, deep breath. This simple act can slow down your heart rate and give you a moment to think. Count to 5 as you inhale and exhale. This brief pause helps you regain control. Another technique is to practice empathy. Try to understand why the person said what they did. Maybe they are having a bad day or dealing with issues you don't know about. By putting yourself in their shoes, you can respond from a place of understanding rather than anger. But what if you don't practice this? If you let your emotions take over, you'll react impulsively. This can escalate the situation, leading to arguments and even more negative emotions. You might regret your harsh words later, feeling guilty and anxious. Over time, this can damage your relationships and your peace of mind. If this idea speaks to you, if you want to start responding with calmness, hit that like button right now. Imagine the power you'll feel when you control your reactions instead of letting them control you. By mastering the art of calm responses, you show strength, grace, and maturity. So, are you ready to be like water, fluid, adaptable, and always calm? Let's move forward and make this a part of who you are. On building on the power of calmness, this brings us to intellectual overpower, or using rational dialogue to disarm insults. The goal here is to engage your mind, not your emotions, to respond to someone who tries to put you down. Imagine turning the tables on an insult by responding with clear, logical points that leave the other person speechless. You're not just reacting. You're engaging in a way that intellectually overpowers the insult. Now, why is this important to you? Because rational dialogue shows that you are thoughtful and composed. It elevates the conversation, making it clear that you won't stoop to the level of petty insults. This approach doesn't just protect your dignity, it boosts it. When you respond with intelligence, you show that you are above the negativity. It also leaves the insulter feeling puzzled and even regretful for trying to bring you down. But there are obstacles. The heat of the moment can cloud your thinking. Emotions can rush in and make it hard to focus on rational points. Another barrier is the fear of confrontation. You might worry that engaging in dialogue will escalate the situation. However, avoiding the conversation can make you appear weak or passive. So, how do you achieve this intellectual overpower? First, take a moment to think before you respond. A brief pause can help you collect your thoughts. Start with a neutral statement like, "That's an interesting point," before you dive into your rational response. This buys you time and shows that you're not rattled. Another strategy is to ask questions. Questions like, "What makes you say that?" Or, "Can you explain what you mean?" Force the insulter to think about their words. It shifts the focus from you to them, making them reconsider their insult. What if you don't practice this? If you fail to engage intellectually, you might respond emotionally, missing an opportunity to show your intelligence. This can escalate the situation, leading to more tension and negativity. You might also feel regret later, wishing you had handled the situation better. Over time, avoiding rational dialogue can make you feel powerless and less confident in handling conflicts. If this approach resonates with you, if you want to start using your mind to disarm insults, hit that like button right now. Imagine the strength you'll feel when you respond with clarity and wisdom. By mastering intellectual overpower, you not only protect your dignity, but elevate it. So are you ready to turn the tables and disarm insults with your intelligence? Let's move forward and make this a part of who you are. On building on intellectual overpower, this brings us to self-reflection, or turning insults into personal growth opportunities. The goal here is to use the hurtful words thrown at you as a mirror to reflect on yourself. When someone insults you, it can be an opportunity to learn more about who you are. your strengths, and areas where you can improve. Why is this important to you? Because self-reflection helps you grow. It transforms negative experiences into fuel for personal development. Instead of feeling diminished by an insult, you can rise above it, becoming wiser and more resilient. When you look inward and ask, is there any truth to what was said? You gain valuable insights. This approach not only helps you improve, but also makes future insults less impactful. But there are obstacles. It's hard to look at oneself objectively, especially when emotions are involved. The initial sting of an insult can make it difficult to reflect calmly. There's also the fear of discovering flaws or weaknesses you didn't want to acknowledge. These barriers can prevent you from benefiting from the insult. So, how do you achieve this self-reflection? Start by taking a moment to breathe and distance yourself from the emotional impact. Write down the insult and ask yourself, is there any truth to this? If there is, think about how you can improve in that area. If there isn't, remind yourself of your worth and why the insult doesn't define you. Another method is to talk it out with someone you trust. Sometimes, an outside perspective can help you see things more clearly. They might offer insights you hadn't considered and help you see the situation more objectively. What if you don't practice self-reflection? If you fail to turn insults into learning opportunities, you might internalize them, leading to lower self-esteem and confidence. Over time, this can make you feel powerless and stuck, unable to grow from negative experiences. You might also miss out on valuable feedback that could help you become a better version of yourself. If this approach speaks to you, if you want to start turning insults into opportunities for growth, hit that like button right now. Think about how empowering it would be to turn every negative comment into a stepping stone for self-improvement. By mastering self-reflection, you don't just protect your dignity, you elevate yourself. So, are you ready to look inward and grow from every challenge? Let's move forward and embrace this powerful tool for personal development. On building on self-reflection, this brings us to leading by example, demonstrating superior character through Stoic composure. You aim to embody the principles of Stoicism, showing others how to rise above petty insults with grace and dignity. When you lead by example, you inspire those around you to handle their challenges with the same level-headedness and strength. Why is this important to you? Because when you demonstrate superior character, you not only gain respect, but also create a ripple effect. Others start to notice and emulate your behavior, contributing to a more respectful and understanding environment. By showing Stoic composure, you illustrate that true strength lies in restraint, not in reacting impulsively or with aggression. This makes you a role model, someone others look up to in times of conflict. However, this path is not without its obstacles. Maintaining Stoic composure in the face of provocation can be tough. The natural instinct is to defend yourself or retaliate. Overcoming this impulse requires practice and self-discipline. Additionally, societal norms often equate loudness and aggression with power, making it challenging to stick to a quieter, more composed form of strength. To achieve this goal, start by practicing mindfulness and emotional regulation techniques. When faced with an insult, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your values. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be in this moment? Reflect on the long-term benefits of maintaining your composure over the short-term satisfaction of lashing out. Surround yourself with positive influences who embody the qualities you aspire to. Observe how they handle difficult situations with grace and learn from their example. Additionally, keep a journal where you reflect on instances where you successfully maintained your composure and those where you struggled. This will help you track your progress and identify areas for improvement. Failure to demonstrate Stoic composure can lead to negative consequences. Reacting impulsively can escalate conflicts, damage relationships, and tarnish your reputation. Over time, it can create a cycle of negative interactions that are hard to break. On the other hand, consistent composure builds trust and respect, making you a pillar of strength in your community. If you're inspired by the idea of leading by example and demonstrating superior character, make sure to hit that like button. Imagine the impact you can make by showing others how to handle adversity with grace. Your actions can inspire change, creating a positive ripple effect. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this content valuable and want more tips on personal development, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Let's continue this journey together, striving to be the best versions of ourselves.